Hello everyone, hope you have completed the installation and the setup part of LWC. If not, then please check out this video. And in this video, we'll be starting or we'll be discussing about that how to create the first LWC component. So whenever we'll be creating an LWC component, a folder will get created, and inside that folder, three files will be there. First will be HTML, second is JS, and the third will be XML. In HTML file, all the things that will be related to that, how the component will look like. And in second, the JS file, in JS file, the things will be related to that what kind of an functionality you will be giving to that LWC component. And in third file, it will be the metadata that will be related to component, that what will be the API version of that component and where that component will be visible. All these three files are the required files. Without that, you will not be able to create the LWC component, and you can add the one more file, that is the CSS file, and that is the optional file. Now we will be practically implementing that how to create an LWC component. For that, you need to navigate to Visual Studio Code, and inside that Visual Studio Code, you need to go to this Force app folder. You need to open that Force app folder, and in that Force app folder, there will be a folder that will be named as an LWC. In this thing, you need to right click onto that and you need to navigate to one option, that is create lightning web component. You'll be clicking onto that. It will be asking you that file name. Now file name should be in the camel case notation. What is camel case notation? That the first word, first letter should be small and the rest of the words first letter should be capital. For example, I'll be giving the component name as in my first component. So my first component. So my first component, as you can see, there are three words, my first component. So first word, first letter is small, second word, first letter is capital, and the component, the third word, first letter is also capital. So this is a camel case notation. So you'll be entering it, you'll be creating the particular file into the default directory. So you will be creating that, and after creating that, you'll be having these three folders, these three files that will be created inside that folder. So you can see the folder name is what? My first component, and the files which are available inside that are three files. One is the HTML file, JS file, and the XML file. So in HTML file, you'll be having what? Structure, how the component will look like. In the JS file, you'll be writing the code for functionality. And in the third file, that is a meta file, that is the XML file in which you'll be putting the metadata inside that. So now when we'll be clicking on HTML file, you can see that this HTML file is having a tag template. So you all will be wondering that why it is starting with the template tag, why it is not starting with HTML tag. So this is the reason behind that. So Salesforce LWC components are the components that will be created and that can be used in different pages, right? So in the single page, there can be different components that will be there, right? And all these components will start with the template tag. Why? Because the whole page code starts with HTML tag and ends with HTML tag. So in the single page, there can't be two HTML tags. So that's why the template or the components will be starting with the template tags. Okay, so it is not only in the LWC. If we will be talking about the normal HTML as well, the procedure is same. As per the tradition of programming, now we will be starting with the first program, and that is, yes, that is Hello World. So we'll create the Hello World program, and we'll use the h1 tag, that is heading tag, and in which we'll be writing Hello World. And we'll save this file. Now, right now you can see that onto the file name that is coming like a dot. That means that file is unsaved, and you need to press Ctrl S or you need to save this file. After that, you can see that dot has been removed. Now this file has been saved. Right now this file is in the local system, but to display this file into the Salesforce org, you need to deploy this file into the org. Okay, but how we will be doing that? So after editing this file, you need to make the changes into the XML file as well. And what changes you need to make? Let's see. So you'll be clicking on XML file, and there are some information that will be there in the XML format. API version, you do not need to change this API version. Now the second option is exposed. Is exposed means right now it is false, and you need to make it true. Why make it true? Because it will be visible onto the Salesforce org. Okay, so you'll be making it true. Now, after making it true, you need to start, or you need to give one more information in this meta file, that is targets. You need to specify that target, that where this component will be visible. So you need to start a tag and you need to close the tag. Between those tags, you need to give the information that where this component will be visible. If you will not be specifying this information, this component will not be visible anywhere after this exposed, right? So in targets, you need to specify this one target. Right now I'll be specifying the target. Now, if you have heard about the lightning record pages, home pages, app pages, right now we'll be using any one of them. So I'll go with lightning __ home page. So now this particular component will be visible only in which page? Only on which page? Home page. Okay, so I'll just save it. Till now as well, the component is onto the local system only. You need to deploy, or you need to send this component to the org, Salesforce org. Why? Because there only you will be able to see that. So you'll just right click onto this folder name, and can you see this, the second option, deploy source to org? That means this component will get deployed inside that organization which you have authorized earlier, right? So you'll be clicking onto that and you can see the process has been started. So deploy source to org. It is taking some time. Yeah, now you can see that it has been successfully deployed, right? To see the deployed component, you need to log in into the Salesforce org, and in Salesforce org, you need to search into the app launcher, that is Sales app. Any of the app you can search on, which will be having any of the home page, right? Because if you remember, we have written down lightning home page, that where it will be visible. Now we have come to this lightning home page. Now we'll be editing this page. So you need to go to this gear icon for settings, edit page. And after editing this page, you'll be having this thing that is getting loaded. Now, these are the standard components on the left hand side, which are already created by the Salesforce. And if you'll be scrolling that, you will be having one custom component. And what is the name of that component? That is my first component. So you'll just drag and drop this component. You'll put it anywhere you want, and you can see somewhat the hello world is visible, and you'll click on save. After clicking on save, it will ask you to activate it. We'll click on activate. It is activating. Assign as org default. You can choose anything according to your requirement. Again, I'll save it, and again we'll just go back, and now you can see the hello world is visible, whatever we have written inside that HTML file. Okay, so this is how we'll be creating our first component and how we'll be deploying that first component into the Salesforce org. I hope now you got an idea that how to create an LWC component and how to deploy that in the Salesforce org. Now in next video, we'll be discussing about that how to add more elements into the component and how to do more customization into those components.